Well, it's day one of LCS Summer 2024. I'm joined right now by Vulcan with coverage brought to you by you. I want to talk a little bit about how best of three was, because we were chatting a bit beforehand, and I know for me, I'm like, okay, we just had 6 really long games. Well, I guess game 3 of the first one, whatever. Anyway, it was a long day, but also action-packed, a lot of good moments. What was it like for you on stage?
It was actually hype for me compared to previous regular seasons. I mean, it was the first time. Maybe as time goes on later in the season, it won't feel as hype, but it was cool to like sit there. You know, you're in for like 2-3 games. There's more like depth to it, obviously being best of 3. So yeah, it was fun, and if it wasn't best of 3, we would have lost, right? So
yeah, exactly.
I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
I was gonna say, you must be a big best of 3 fan today.
Today I am. Yeah. We'll see about in the future.
Yeah, you'll see when you stop someone on game 1 and then lose the next 2.
Exactly.
All right, so you've enjoyed it. What is it like in terms of the turnaround? Because I know that they're trying to do a really fast turnaround. So how much time do you have, and are you able to think a lot in between games, or what is it like?
It's definitely a little bit rushed, because obviously for the viewers it's good if we can go through the games very quickly. But for the players, yeah, it's like you have to be very decisive with the changes you want to have between games, and I think it's good practice to like have to think on the spot what you want to play and stuff. Also, you need to prepare better so that you know what you're gonna do in certain situations. So it's fast, but if it makes the viewing experience better for everyone, then I'm okay with it.
Do you think that teams will have basically like a plan A, plan B, plan C, and you just kind of pivot because there's not enough time to discuss? Or is there enough time to discuss? I mean, I could imagine it being an issue if like maybe 2 players disagree and the coach has like a third opinion. It's like, how do you reconcile that in such a short time?
Yeah, that's hard. If you have like 2 players who disagree, or the coach like sees something differently, it's definitely hard. But yeah, like I said, you just have to be decisive and commit to something. I think like there are different options. Usually they're both fine, right? Like maybe one is better objectively, but if you're confident in it and practice it well, then just run with it. And that's what we did today. I think we did a good job of like, we were like, let's just do this. Jojo, you want to do that? Okay, let's play Talia again. And you just have to roll with it and send it.
Yeah. What have you thought of this new C9 lineup for summer?
Well, Thanatos is very new to English, so there's some moments in the games today where we're talking with him or asking something, and then he's very focused on the game. Obviously, probably nervous as it's his first LCS game. So we're working on communication. But otherwise, I think he's been doing good. His Camille game, he was pretty 1v9. He was playing the map well, and he's a really good player, and he's a smart player too. So yeah, we'll only get better as time goes, and people should be excited.
That match against Dig, I think they had some graphic that was like, you know, a C9 Civil War or something along those lines that they aired on the broadcast beforehand, because previous C9 players obviously there, and they, I think, have been talking a lot as they've been getting into the league, and they've been sort of the fresh team for the most part. What have you thought of them, especially after that series?
Well, initially we've heard like the word on the street was that they weren't doing too hot in scrims, so we were pretty confident going into today. And then we had not very easy games, right? So I think they're probably going to be like better on stage than scrims. Yeah. Just the amount of experience they have in their team. So yeah, like they have good players in every position, and we had to work hard for our meal today. So I think they're also a kind of team that will get better as time goes. They're pretty fresh, right? So we'll see. I think they could be a threat later on this season. Do
you think game 1 was overconfidence on your part?
We'll have to ask Bobber that one when he played in Italy and got killed a couple times. I didn't play good either. I mean, I didn't land like key ults that could have swung the game, so I can't talk too much. But maybe not. I felt pretty, for myself, I don't know about my team, I didn't feel much nervousness from others, but for myself, I felt pretty chill on stage today.
Yeah. All right, so setting aside sort of the first day, what do you think of the new format? Not just best of 3s, but also you're done for the week. You show up again a week from now. Is that something that you like because you got this like big beefy match that you got to enjoy today, or is it something where you'd rather have another opponent tomorrow?
Well, if the series is going to be that long as it was today for, I guess, both us and the TL Fly series, I think it's good that it's only 1 per week, because this was pretty heavy, right? It's almost like a playoff series. And so I think this is good. I'm not a big fan of the amount of series, we only play a single round robin, right? Best of 3. The amount of games, the volume will be higher, but then at the end of the season, when you look at the scoreboard for teams, it's going to look kind of funny when everyone plays 7 series, and so like the first team is 6-1, and then after that, like everyone's 4-3 or something like that. So it's going to look a bit troll. I'm hoping they use like individual games. I'm not sure if they've showed it or something yet.
I don't know how they. I've not seen how they're like expressing that.
I hope it's individual games, because then I think just having the higher volume of games on the screen will look nicer to me, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That is, it is so crazy. Also, just knowing that you're done, you may be done playing Dignitas for the rest of the year.
I thought that, yeah.
And it's like, we're, what, June 15th? So, not even halfway through the year. Are you cool with that? Because I'm still working through it. You know, like, I was vocally frustrated at the idea of best of 3 and, like, warned against a lot of this stuff. And then Mark was like, haha, got you, Travis. And he put it in best of 3, now I look like a jerk. And so I'm trying to get a sense of, you know, is this overall a good thing? How are people feeling about it, etc.?
I mean, we played them 3 times in the past. We might have only played them twice, right? Sure, we played them early on the season, but we had a couple of games. We'll be scrimming them, so I won't miss them or anything. I'll be seeing them in the scrimmages.
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, it feels a little bit weird. Like, they're in the same league and we won't play them for a very, very, very long time. But
maybe ever.
Maybe,
there's 2 teams leaving. Maybe.
True.
That might be the last time you ever face Dignitas in your entire career.
Wow. And even if they don't leave the league, they'll probably have a completely different roster again.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the trade-off is okay. I mean, I wanted to try best of 3 myself. Experiencing it today, I liked it. So I'm okay with the trade-off right now. Ask me again in a couple of weeks, maybe I'll have a different opinion. But.
Well, let's talk broader then. We were discussing, obviously there are some changes, some crazy stuff that was announced this week. So far, the 2 pro players I've talked to before, they're like, eh. Are you also eh? Well, I mean, they're huge changes to the ecosystem, right? So
they're huge, yeah. It's going to be interesting when we have to travel to Brazil, or Brazil travels here, and then the winning team has to travel to the next tournament. It's going to be like so much traveling around. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that the Brazilian scene isn't welcoming. Like, I understand why they're not welcoming it. I mean, it sucks that they're forced into this and they're not really hyped about it, because it would be very cool if you could do it with the 2 leagues that were excited for it. So I'm hoping eventually, like, it's more hype for them, and yeah, but I can see why Riot does it. I think obviously with everything going on, it makes sense that they have to change things, and LCS.
LA has so many loud cards.
Very big one, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree, and we'll see. I think some change was necessary. I'm not an expert on, like, was this correct or not. It sucks that Brazil was forced on this. It's kind of my take. We'll see. I think it'll be hype still to, like, go over there or have them travel.
And then I guess we get the extra international event, but we lose some international slots. Right.
Yeah, well, we don't deserve them, right? So that's the argument.
Is that true? We've done better than Europe recently.
If you compare it to Europe, I mean, they should also lose one then.
Yeah.
Like,
and this is the thing. I get frustrated when people say that stuff, because it's like, does Brazil deserve them more than us? You know, like we're giving up slots.
Maybe they shouldn't get
like,
an auto slot.
Yeah. So like, I'm not saying they shouldn't. It's just like, I think there are some people that are like, haha, like, fucking gotcha, NA, and it's like, well, okay, but like, it's not like we've been performing better recently, relatively speaking, and yeah, so it's just goofy. But all right, so that's been good. Enjoying Dig, enjoying the format. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
My league accounts were hacked by Russians, so if you see me in solo queue typing weird stuff or running it down, it's actually not me. I think maybe lock my account so nothing like that happens. So I think we're good.
Okay.
And if you're the Russian guy on my account, please give it back.
Yeah. But I don't think they have accounts anymore, so they have to get them where they can.
Yeah. Oh, they don't.
Yeah. There's like a whole thing. I think. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I can give you one. I have many.
Okay. It's very generous of you.
We can talk.
That's, I think, called selling. You can't talk. Oh, I guess if you're donating it, I don't know. It's sharing in some sense.
We will not be talking, but
yes.
You can DM me. Okay.
Fantastic. Anyway, thank you so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel.
Hey guys, Drew here. This is kind of awkward, but Travis forgot to film an outro. And then when I asked him about it, I messaged him and then he blocked me on Discord. And that's kind of how we talk. So I don't really know what that's about, but I guess click the links down below. Got some good links for you. please become a member if you'd like, so that I can get paid. And hopefully, if I get enough members, he'll unblock me, and then I can go back to working.